Hey, plant parents and guardians. I'm Joe.
And I'm Jason. Welcome to our channel,
Plants and Petals.
So today we'll talk about the Scindapsus Pictus, also known as the Silver Satin. So the Silver Satin is the common name, and the scientific name, as you know, with many plants, they have their common and scientific. This one's scientific name is Scindapsus Pictus, and I've always known it as Scindapsus Pictus because that's what it said on the sticker on the pot when I first got it. You know how a lot of plants have their common names, such as Dieffenbachia's common name is dumbcane, or Epipremnum is pothos. I've always known this as Scindapsus Pictus.
I'm not going to remember any scientific names. I nickname all my plants, so don't even ask me because I'll just Google it.
So speaking of sticker with the plant's name on it, let's talk about how it got to our home.
I actually bought this for Jason. I found it at a mall. There was a plant vendor, and I took a picture and I said, "Hey, do you want any of these plants?"
And it did not take much for me to say yes, because one, I'm a sucker for trailing plants, and when I saw this picture of such gorgeous leaves, I was easily hooked. I said yes.
And I actually couldn't buy it right away because I had to go to work. So a few hours later, I went back and it was still there, but there was a big group hovering over it, and I was like, oh no, that's gonna be bought. But once they looked away, the lady actually sold it to me, and it's now here.
And I'm so glad it's here. I can't imagine not having one. And honestly, I probably haven't seen one since, so I'm really glad that I was able to get this from you. You know, it's always nice to give your partner, your husband, your wife, girlfriend, boyfriend a plant.
Or friend,
neighbor, anybody. But something I just want to mention with the Scindapsus Pictus is that it is so pretty, but it's also very easy to take care of. And I think that's something, those are the qualities that you want from a plant parent. No, from a plant to a plant parent.
Yeah. So, what are the care tips for this?
So, they like bright to indirect light. I have mine on top of my collection of Starbucks mugs. So it's about 5 to 6 feet high, and it's right next to a window, so it really gets a lot of bright to indirect light. I water it about every week to 10 days. Just make sure that the top inch or two is dry. It'll sort of tell you like when it's thirsty, because the leaves start to not look as erect as it looks now. Like this is definitely up, looks like it's very happy, but it will definitely let you know when it's thirsty as well.
Do you miss this?
I do miss it in between watering. So say that I water this 1 week, 4 days later I'll mist it, and then 4 days later I'll water it, and it'll alternate between the two activities.
What about like its new growth? Because I noticed some here, and I noticed some in here.
Yeah, so this is a trailing plant. Sometimes this gets mistaken for the satin pothos, and I see why, because it does have those splashes of colors.
Keep talking.
Yeah, so it has those splashes of colors, but one huge difference is like the size. This sort of has like a silvery type of pattern, and I would call it almost velvety. My satin pothos is so cute as well, but you could tell by the size too. It's much smaller. It has a similar pattern, but the texture and the feel is slightly different. I would say this is more of a waxy feel, and this is more of a velvety one. I fertilize it every other watering also. That's something to consider. And then other than that, it's just doing its thing.
Yeah. The texture is, like he was saying, it's pretty cool because it's like really thick, and I don't think I've ever felt a leaf like this. It's kind of cool.
Yes, I have to agree. And I realized I didn't answer your question. So when I started talking about the pothos, since it's a trailing plant, what it'll do is it'll develop one leaf, and then another leaf will start developing after that. So that's what a trailing plant essentially does. So it grows one leaf, it'll have a new node, start a new leaf, and then repeat. So that's how this trailing action starts to begin.
I noticed like the rate of growth is pretty slow, right?
Oh yeah, I would say it's a slow grower, especially when you consider the pothos. Like that one right there, I feel I've had it half the time, but it's grown twice the length. But it's not always fair to compare different plants because everyone's doing their own thing, doing the best that they can. And what I'm happy about is that this plant is thriving, and it could be short and not trailing as much, but as long as it looks happy, I'm happy.
Yeah.
And I know it looks perfect, but I also have to say, we took this out before the video started to pretend that we know everything about Scindapsus. No, I'm kidding. This does happen, and I have to say, like, this is usually the leaf towards the bottom, so these are like the older leaves, and sometimes when it turns yellow, it's because it could be under watering, the soil's not good, the lighting's not well. But I firmly believe, because I do take good care of this plant, that it's just making energy for other leaves. And you know what? It gave me a souvenir. I could keep this, frame this, and everyone will love it. So,
or just toss it.
Well, yeah, I'll probably just put it in the compost. Do you have any plants like this?
No, I don't have a lot of trailing plants, to be honest. Most of my trailing plants die. I don't know why. I give it the lighting, I give it the watering. So he seems to be the professional of trailing plants.
Trailing plants just look so good on your furniture, a nice accent to your room, and I don't know. I just think it gives your place a lot of character, and is also a reflection of you as a person. So if you can't really... No, I'm kidding.
Wow. So
everyone has their own style and preference when it comes to plants. No hate or shade out there.
The name is derived from the Greek word Scindapsos, which is said to mean upon tree trunks in reference to the plant's growth habit. In the wild, Scindapsus grows as an epiphyte?
Epiphyte. That's right.
Climbing along the trunks and limbs of trees, attaching themselves with aerial roots.
I hope you enjoyed our video today, and I hope you also learned something about the Scindapsus pictus.
Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in our next video.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.